Kinda Kinks, the second Kinks record. This is the American version. The American version has a couple of changes.
Like what?
Well, I'll tell you, Jenna. They took Naggin' Woman and Come On Now and Tired of Waiting for You off, and they put on Set Me Free
Right.
and Everybody's Gonna Be Happy.
The singles.
Well, Tired of Waiting for You. Those are singles, and Come On Now are singles too. So this was kind of funny. It's like we always talk about the Beatles, that they didn't put the singles on the album, and in America they always did that. But the Kinks did it anyway, and they switched them out.
Right.
The first American Kinks releases are interesting.
They're like a hodgepodge.
Totally. I mean, totally, really. They're constructions. But, I mean, the first one
That's why they called it the Kink Construction.
The first one is basically the first Kinks record. But then, anyway.
Whatever.
The only thing that's kind of apropos about it is that I actually kind of, I'll say I like the changes. Because, Set Me Free and Everybody's Gonna Be Happy, those are such awesome songs.
I enjoy on the album. Yeah, I agree.
I like having those. And
those great songs.
So either version, still a great album. We talked about the King controversy, and I said that, more than Face to Face, I feel like the King controversy is where Ray Davies really takes that stride forward,
As a songwriter, fully in his style. I mean.
Yeah, I still think that.
Yeah, and I still think it.
This is an amazing second record, though. I think the Kinks' first two albums are just awesome. They have, incredible energy. Dave sounds great. The guitar playing is exciting, and the songwriting is of course fantastic. I mean, they
already, that's the thing about the Kinks. It's crazy. They just really fast. Came out of the gate running.
And and really on this album, you have just this perfect rock and roll songs, rock and roll R&B kind of songs, with style, heartfelt lyrics, kind of basic stuff, obviously. Yeah. I mean, but the singles, so it's interesting. On this one, the singles are already kind of there.
They're a little more advanced.
Sort of, it's just an interesting dichotomy. I mean, the album is fantastic, but, if you listen to just the record, especially the English one, you'd enjoy it if this is the first time you're listening to it. I'm saying
you'll have a good time.
You certainly have a fine time, and you would be. I would hope you'd have already heard "Tired of Waiting for You." That's a very famous song. That song is absolutely glorious. It is interesting. It's like the singles. See My Friends, and Well Respected Man. He's already moved up a notch.
Yeah.
A few notches.
Yeah.
It's just that it's not really saying anything. It's just Ray Davies' development as a songwriter is really unlike the other English songwriters of the time. He developed very, very quickly, and and he didn't. He held on. He didn't move on. The Kinks throughout the whole career were still doing songs kind of like You Really Got Me. Also songs that are, more like Preservation or more like soap opera. I mean, he can always
he never left.
Draw from all of that.
Yeah, he never left what he started with. I mean, that core of his...
Yeah, he didn't just move on, use it and move on.
Right. It's where other people would come across a new influence, a new band, a new sound, and they would really more or less abandon what they were doing before.
I have no idea who you're talking about.
No, don't start. Let me just get this out, okay? No fighting. No fighting. Some people just completely abandon what they had started out doing and move on to this new style.
No, don't get angry.
No, I'm cool. But Ray Davies truly did always incorporate new things, but he never lost that initial...
Now you've done it. Now we all know who you're talking about. Anyway, no, I agree. On its own, though, Kinda Kinks is just a perfect rock and roll record. I mean, just fun. It's just great. Side 1 is fairly bluesy.
It is.
Fairly
but
bluesy.
I really like it.
And side 2 has just some fantastic original songs. The amount of originals on Kinks albums, after the first album, which has the most covers, It's not a typical thing. It's really fantastic.
Like you said, they progressed really fast. I don't really need Dancing in the Street.
Oh.
I don't need that song in my life at all, really.
It's been done a lot, most notably in the shred for the
Mick Jagger and David Bowie.
It's I'm glad that happened.
That's a very funny video.
But there's some songs that I really I'm gonna say my favorite Kinks songs, but songs that I really love. I love Nothing in the World Can Stop Me Worrying About That Girl. It's a very long title. I didn't trip over it.
Song.
I didn't trip over. There were no edits there.
No, we don't edit these videos at all. What are you talking about? We just go and then keep going.
Yeah. Anyway, I always loved that.
That's an awesome song.
It's
so quiet.
Such a cool pared down song. Very intimate sounding. I just loved it.
I love how deep his voice gets. He really goes down low. I mean, he's got a great voice. Mm-hmm. Great range.
Well, always extremely expressive. And Dave does such a great job on these albums. He really does.
Considering he was literally 8 years old.
No, really though, you can't and shouldn't, and not that people do.
I don't.
Well, you probably have at some point.
I've never.
But you should never talk about the Kinks without talking about Dave Davies.
No, I love Dave. Always have. I think
I love him.
Always have.
That's good.
He's so unique. I mean, just as a person, and what he brings to the band is just awesome. I mean, his guitar playing, obviously, we always talk about that. His singing, I think, is great. I really like his voice. I really enjoy the songs that he sings.
He just does such incredible energy.
Yeah. He kind of not like they needed to be cooler, because they're a cool band, but Dave is
No, you're right.
Dave is cool.
Yeah.
Dave is the cool one. He, and it's not a fashion thing. I'm not talking about how he dressed. Of course he did look cool, but I mean, he really just epitomized this swinging 60s kind of carefree, fun-loving guy. Mm-hmm. And I think that basically was him.
I was thinking about reading Kink again.
Yeah.
I read that.
It was a while ago.
Yeah, I read that ages ago. It was one of the first rock and roll autobiographies I think I read, and it was certainly eye-opening.
Holy!
Everything he does, his performance on Nagging Woman is fantastic. Just raw. You shouldn't be sad. Something Better Beginning. What was the other one?
Don't Ever Change.
Don't Ever Change. Don't Ever Change. Of course I couldn't remember that one. Just such great, tight songs.
Yeah, cool phrasing and rhythm, and the way they're structured is just. They're not simple.
I feel like you could do these as covers. People should really
I should.
They're not, well, for one thing, they're not played out. The Kinks, as famous as they are, I mean, there's still
there's a lot of songs.
There's a lot there to draw from, to learn from, and you could steal from. Hey, do it.
Right. Okay.
Steal it.
Okay.
Take it.
Okay.
Stop saying that. I don't like it. But no, I think it would be awesome to hear more covers. Queens of Stone Age did Who'll Be the Next in Line. That was 40 years ago.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
No, I'm sure some people have done. I'm not sure. I know Yo La Tengo did, was it Big Sky?
The Green Day's done a couple.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, those weren't covers, were they?
You see? I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying to be nice, and you just won't be nice.
I'm not here to be nice.
No, I know. You can tell from your Ultimate Warrior shirt there.
Oh, this thing?
No, there's not a lot to say in a way. It's a remarkable, enjoyable record. It is, of course, in a way, a stepping stone to things that, will be truly genius. Mm-hmm. And, it's
Percy.
I've always loved this album. Always loved the first Kinks records, the first 3, we'll say, before Face to Face. And I think they're fantastic. I mean, there's nothing here to be like, oh, well, they were young. Oh, they were just starting. No, these are awesome albums, right from.
It would be fun to do a side by side if you took the first couple Kinks against the first couple Who, Beatles, Stones.
You want a lot of dislikes, don't you?
No, I think it'd be really fun.
It could be.
We would be fair and honest and noble. moral. Well, those are all things we love. Like,
what?
Like, come on, we love all those things.
Fairness, morality,
nobility,
noblesse oblige. You know,
those 4 bands.
It was.
It's like
Yes,
West Side.
I know. Okay.
London.
We've been
Liverpool.
derailed.
Okay. Thanks so much for watching our brief discussion of Kinda Kinks. Let us know what you think of this album in the comments. Please like this video, subscribe to Station Kingdoms, and we'll see you next time.